Hello, this is Gerald Overhaus. There are some simple characters as well that you can recognize immediately. And remember it also very easily what the character is about once you recognize what is going on there. And the letters positions as well should not always be so difficult or so complex of a combination of sounds and different ways how it has been written. No, it can be very simple as well, like this can or looking. Looking for something, let's say, how do we recognize these things in the character and in the sounds as positions in a time and spatial frame as how I see them and how I have developed them to find these positions beforehand. Let's have a look. In the background there's this theory where you have some letters that are basic focuses with just one point of focus. Other letters are more about timings where you need this timing frame for it, or even some contextual frame for some other letters. The Chinese characters are all about timing and they look for what is needed to have at the end a stable position within the time frame of a whole year cycle, even that it tells you how to behave towards each thing that it is describing. Now we are talking about can. Can is basically very easy to recognize. If you see, like, okay, I'm looking for something, I'm look out for something, you already have a kind of position that you use, as you can see it here, and it fits quite well with that character. And the other, that's the top position, and the underneath is actually described the eye, which gives it a square, a frame of a working field. That's your working field of an eye. That's why I watch over. Actually, that's the part that I watch over. Very easy to understand, and it's there at that horizon. I can look for wherever on the horizon or wherever position. I can look for what needs my attention. The letters themselves, you can give them positions where you can read them well. So I have them 1, 2, 3 positions in the same order. The A and then the K are in the spatial frame, so underneath. The N is in the time frame, so we have the 3 positions in the most easy way to distinct them well. So how do I understand them? How do I understand the content? Here are just the letter positions. How do I understand the content? The letter positions are just there to make a good distinction. Let's see how I have to interpret them. Of course, every letter also has a geometrical order with the horizontal, vertical, and diagonal planes every time with the same space. So K is in the spatial frame at the starting point, and the starting point is in the diagonal, so it actually says I have a starting point of focus. I have my first starting point of focus, which is off, which is at the side, which is in a diagonal way. So here, just like in the K, it's a bit off center as well. While the A itself is about a center focus. Now, how do I combine this? Because it starts with K, with that doubtful focus, it will also have an effect of my central leading focus. So what will be the effect? The effect will be that my central focus will start off, because it already says, no, you have to start off. K says, no, you have to start off with A, your center. So I start off and I go to a different center where I start from. And from there, on that position, I see something useful that I can use after a while. That's my position of letter combinations in the background, how I see it. How do I combine these two now? Is actually very easy. I look for something that is a bit farther away, and actually it says like, okay, I don't see it very well. What do I see there? Okay, and can I use it? And when can I use it? That's my kind of attention. That is with can. You can use it at some point if you want With the sounds you can understand it. Even with the English association you can understand it. With this symbol and character, it gives it a context. That's the kind of context of my perspective, what I use in this word with character and sounds all together. Thanks again for watching. Bye.